Hello everyone, this is last part of this chapter, metals and non-metals. Today we are going to study about corrosion. So what is corrosion? Corrosion is the damage caused by action of air, moisture and chemicals on the surface of metals. So due to this reaction, the surface is eaten up and the object get damaged. The most common corrosion we see in our daily life is rusting of iron. The rusting of iron is done by air and moisture. We can do one activity to show that how air and water is necessary for rusting. We have taken three test tubes A, B and C. In the A test tube, we have taken iron nails, water and air. So air is present automatically there and we covered it with cork. In the second test tube, we took boiled water so that no air will be present in this water. Then we put some iron nail and covered the water upper surface by a layer of oil so that no air could enter inside water. In the third test tube, we took some drying agent and then put some iron nails. So this drying agent will absorb all the water vapor present in the air and make the environment or the reaction condition water free. After some days when we observed these three test tubes, in the first test tube the iron nails got rusted while in B and C test tube there was no rusting of iron. This shows that for rusting of iron, both air and water are needed. In the B test tube, there was no air present inside the reaction mixture, and in the C test tube, there was no water. So, due to absence of air and water, there was no rusting. So, this shows that air and water are the necessary conditions for rusting of iron. Now, this corrosion is very harmful because it damages the objects and it damages the machines in a long run. So, to prevent corrosion and to save object and protect objects, we can practice some common methods. First is greasing of the machine parts. We do this in our bicycles also. The chain of the bicycle is greased so that it will not get rusted. Actually, the grease act as barrier between metal and air. So it do not allow air to come in contact with metal, so there will be no rusting. Similarly, painting is also done. Paint also act as barrier and it doesn't allow air to come in contact with the metal part. So it also prevents rusting. The third is alloy formation. Most of the alloys formed from metal do not rust. So they help in prevention of corrosion. This galvanization process you have read in class 8th. In this process, a metal object is coated with another metal which is more reactive than the metal object. So, by this method, the prevention of corrosion happens. And the last method is electroplating, in which a metal object is covered with any other metal which is less reactive than the metal object. Let's see some processes in detail. First is galvanization. As we have already discussed that in galvanization, the object is covered with a metal which is more reactive than the metal object. So if we are talking about iron or steel, then zinc is more reactive than iron. So if we do a coating of zinc on iron, then this zinc has a tendency to react with oxygen to form a zinc oxide coating. This zinc oxide coating covers the zinc layer and it acts as protective layer and it doesn't allow air to enter inside. So it protects the zinc coating as well as the iron inside from further reaction and corrosion. If somehow this layer gets broken, then also the zinc metal, which is more reactive, will corrode first, and then the underlying iron or a steel will corrode. So anyhow, the zinc coating and the oxide layer is protecting the inner object. Next is the electroplating. Electroplating is done on iron objects and other objects, like nickel plated steel boxes are used for food packaging. Tin boxes are used for food packaging as they are non poisonous and food quality. Then chromium plating is done on taps, bicycles, cars, bumpers. All the objects you can see here are coated with chromium, as it gives shine to the object also, and it protects from rusting. Next method is anodizing, in which a metal object like aluminium and zinc are coated with their oxide. You already know that when aluminium object is kept in air, it reacts with oxygen and forms a aluminium oxide layer, which prevents the further corrosion of the aluminium. So if we make this oxide layer thick, then the corrosion of the inner metal will be prevented. And this method is used as anodizing method for prevention of corrosion. Next is alloy formation. So many metals are converted into alloys to improve their quality and properties, especially to prevent rusting. What is alloy? Alloy is an homogeneous mixture of metals with other metals or non-metals. What is done, that the metals whose alloy has to be formed are melted and mixed to form homogeneous mixture. Even non-metals are used in formation of alloy. For example, steel is formed by combination of iron and carbon. So you know that iron rust very easily, but steel do not rust easily. So this is the whole purpose of making alloy, to improve the quality of metal. Here, by mixing carbon, cobalt, nickel, the iron, stainless steel is obtained, which is an alloy, and it is more stronger than iron, and even it do not rust. Then brass is alloy of copper and zinc. It is more malleable than copper and more strong than copper, therefore used in making utensils and screws. Then bronze is alloy of copper and tin. It is very tough and highly resistant to corrosion. Therefore, it is also used in making statues, coins, and utensils. Next is the alloy of lead and tin. Lead, this alloy is known as solder. Solder is used for welding of electrical wires together, as it has very low melting point. So it is used for soldering of electrical wire. Next is amalgam. Amalgam is any alloy which has major component as mercury. So if mercury is used in making alloy, then that alloy will be known as amalgam. For example, if sodium and mercury are mixed together to form an alloy, then it will be known as sodium amalgam. One of these alloy is used in dental fillings. Then next is, all have heard about 22 karat gold. So 22 karat gold is made because pure gold is very soft and it is very difficult to make jewelries from pure gold. So what is done? 22 parts of pure gold is taken and 2 parts of copper or silver is taken and mixed together to form an alloy, which is known as 22 karat gold, and it is tough and very appropriate for gold making. So the whole purpose of alloy is to prepare a alloy which has better and useful quality. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you.